Well, the military analyst Deniz Kutluk joins us live now from Ankara. Deniz, thank you for making the time for us. What do you make of this military operation?
It's a little bit larger than the earliers. Of course, smaller than a war scale. And I presume it wouldn't last longer. And the opposing units, YPG, and their local supporter may or may not choose to engage into Turkish forces. Therefore, depending on their resistance, the operation shouldn't last longer, I presume. But proceeding in the terrain, if that terrain has been mined with the improvised devices, explosive devices, then it will take time to set the stage and establish the security of the region.
So you agree with the Turkish president, Deniz, you agree with the Turkish president who has said that the operation will neutralize the terror threats against Turkey and lead to the establishment of this safe zone that will hopefully facilitate the return of Syrian refugees to their homes?
100%. I firmly believe that those political objectives are doable by military and achievable by political means. I think that's the only option at this moment for Turkey to take such step forward. And everyone, after all, eventually will be happier than today by expecting sporadic attacks over the border by YPG and their prospect for mounting bigger forces in due time by merging with their EKK living in Iraq, EKK living in Syria. And Turkish border is quite long and hard to defend by conventional means. Therefore, such an operation now needed for a long time. In fact, it delayed. And glad to see that ultimately two presidents concurred on the same idea that such an important decision has been made.
So do you think that this could lead to some sort of eventual political solution for Syria, that by getting rid of the terrorists and creating this peace corridor, it could become part of the process towards a political solution in the country? Or do you think it'll hinder it?
I think it will facilitate reaching a political solution in the Syrian terrain because of the several reasons. First of all, it will give Turkey a good chance to sort out differences between current government in Syria, while YPG is being pushed from north by Turkey, and they will take step to handle this issue from south. Then there has to be a solution between them, and that will bring sides together, closer together, and they will decide how to address political solutions furthermore, apart from Astana process and others, constitutional meetings and the other options.
Turkey's reportedly been given, I was just going to say that Turkey's reportedly been given the responsibility of dealing with these captured Daesh fighters in northern Syria. It's thought there are more than 10,000 members in Syria, along with their family members. The total, nobody really knows. How should they be dealt with?
I think, I don't know from which point that idea popped up, probably to portray the decision to the public. It may have been an easier point to tell them like this. But there is not such a responsibility for Turkey to take ISIS control or to hand over their responsibility, etc. Their crime was committed in Syrian soils. Therefore, it's the proper address to look after them by Syrian authorities. If I were the decision maker, I will let Syrian authorities to take over control of those camps and to handle them as they see fit. Of course, by law, by constitution, by giving their human rights and defending their accusations to themselves. Therefore, it's not a direct problem of Turkey, although the Washington states as such, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they will be addressed as they see fit.
Okay. Okay, Deniz Kutluk joining us there, a military analyst from Ankara. Well, I want to get more on